Yeah, g'day. Is Lolly there, please?
Speaking, g'day.
So, listen, guys, I have just started a full-time job. I have no idea where I found the time, but let me tell you, I'm 4 days in and I'm fucking exhausted.
Seriously, when you're not like working a proper job for a while and then you got to go back into it, those days are long.
They're long. But look, don't get me wrong, I was working. I was just working for myself and just, picked my own hours. So it's very different when you're going 8 till 5 and then you're coming home and, you're working till 10 or 11 p.m. on a podcast.
Yes, well, you're doing great, loves.
Yes, well, Lolly, I've got a whopper of a case today.
Ooh.
And I just want to do a really quick shout out. I know we do this at the end, but I'm going to shout out to Mark Buist, #Buey. He is a friend in Christchurch.
Oh.
Him and his beautiful wife, Nikki, they listen every week.
Do they?
Yeah, he recommended this case. There is a tie to him with this case.
Whoa.
I'll put that in at the end. Obviously, he's not the murderer.
Did he do it?
No, he didn't. So you guys, you got to listen to the end for that one. Thank you, Mark and Nikki. We appreciate your support. 28th of June, 2010 in Auckland, New Zealand, Remuera. This lady we're going to keep anonymous. She is sitting in her house. She's just minding her business. It's about 9 in the morning. And she can hear a little bit of racket at her neighbour's house. Some screaming and some screeching. Just enough to feel a little concerned. So her neighbour, Carmen Thomas, next door, she is a lovely single mother and she knows that if anything's wrong, she can rely on her neighbour. So she pops on over and she knocks on the door and she hears a shushing coming from the inside. Shh. Shh. Be quiet. It's okay. Shh. Knock, 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 knock. Nobody answers. She ends up going home and she's thinking, right, that seems a little unsettling. I can't get in, but I'm just going to message Carmen and see if she's okay. So she texts her and she gets no response. A few hours later, Carmen messages her. Carmen lets the neighbour know, I'm sorry, I'm totally fine. I've been really, really sick this week. I've been in and out of hospital. I'm just going to go down south for a week. I'll be back on Sunday. So being the trusting neighbour that she was, she believed that everything was fine. Not sure why, but she just left it. Sunday came and went. Days went on. And now we're 2 weeks later. And Carmen's ex-boyfriend and the father of her child is getting a little concerned. Carmen hasn't shown up to pick up her son, which is a little strange. They share custody, but she is a dedicated and loving mother. So he decides to call the police.
Good afternoon, Police Communications.
Yes, hi. It's Brett Callahan speaking. Carmen Thomas, she was due back yesterday to pick up her son, and she never turned up. I've been trying to ring her all week and haven't been able to get hold of her.
Okay, what relationship are you to her?
We have a son together.
Okay, so an ex-partner or?
Yeah, ex-partner, yeah.
Oh, no, I've never heard of this one.
It's fucked, man.
Oh, no.
Good one, Buey.
Good one, Buey.
So who exactly is Carmen Thomas and her ex-partner, Brad Callahan, who we just heard on that phone call? I'm going to take you back to October 30th, 1977 in Bonini, a small town in South Africa.
Oh.
So Carmen was born to parents Teresa and Neville. She had a couple of siblings and life was just pretty standard. They were just living the South African dream. That is, if there's one. I'm not really sure.
I mean, we wouldn't know. We've never been.
I mean, I don't want to go. I'm too scared.
All I've heard about is the American dream. Is there a New Zealand dream, an Australian dream? I just don't know. That wasn't meant to be offensive to any South African dreams out there.
That's all right. We love you guys. They're just living life. And unfortunately, Neville, her father, died when she was a teenager. So they packed up and they moved to England to go and live with extended family. Carmen is settling in. She's making friends. She's happy, bubbly. She's outgoing. And, like all these lovely ladies in our cases, they're just living life.
Ray of sunshine.
Ray of sunshine. She's got good friends, she's got good grades, and her mum eventually packs back up and moves to South Africa, but she's still in school, so she stays to finish out her schooling. So mum has left, she eventually finishes out school, she passes, she's moving around England, she's working, but at the young age of 23, Laurel, she is diagnosed with bowel cancer.
No.
I know, right?
What's going on? There's so many young people with bowel cancer now too. Like, it's the food.
It is the food. It is the food. Everybody, go get a colonoscopy. Just go shove it up the butt and see what's up there.
Exactly. You did it.
I did it.
Look, I think it's very wise, and you just don't know what's hiding up the butthole, all right? You should check it out, guys.
That's right. Could be a big diddle. Jokes. No, we don't put that in.
We don't want a big diddle hiding up there. How did it get in there?
I don't know. So she's 23. She's diagnosed with bowel cancer. But she goes through treatment and she pulls through. She comes out on the other side. She is in recovery and she moves to the big smoke, being London.
Oh, wow.
And this is where she meets a Bradford Callaghan.
Bradford.
Otherwise known as Brad. So he is a civil engineer. He is from New Zealand. He went to Auckland University. He graduated 2001. He moved to Australia for a while and he worked and then eventually moved to the UK. So Carmen and Brad were together for a while. They eventually moved in. But things weren't going too well. They had a very up and down relationship, very toxic. But then oopsie daisies, what happens? Oh, priggers, you know?
It's not great when you get knocked up when things aren't going well.
No, it's not. And look, they decided to give it their all and, you know, Band-Aid baby, here it comes. We're going to make things work.
I just want to say that it's probably the worst thing you can do for your relationship, having a kid. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it.
That's
it's
right.
lovely. It's lovely. But my God, it makes it stressful, all right?
But it won't work out, you know?
It's not. If you've got problems, it's definitely not ideal.
You're just delaying the issue. I mean, have the baby, just break up
Just
first.
separate. Just part ways. But
That's right.
it's definitely not going to fix things. It's going to make things a hell of a lot more complicated.
That's right. So this is now 2005. Their son is born and they decide to end their relationship.
Oh, yeah.
But that's okay. They're doing the whole co-parenting thing. It's not long after they have their child that Brad decides he just wants to move back to Auckland.
God, this is a tough one.
It is a tough one, but Carmen, being the lovely, beautiful human being that she is, she wants their son to have a relationship with his dad.
Wow.
So she decides to move to Auckland with Brad and continue co-parenting.
Stand up, gal. Stand up, gal.
I'll be like, see ya later.
Well, she sounds incredible.
They relocate to New Zealand. And Carmen is, like I said, an incredible mother. She puts her son first. She is a doting mother to him, and they are co-parenting, and things are going really, really well. They live literally just up the road from each other. And it's not long, Brad eventually gets a new girlfriend. But they all still get along. It's lovely. Not a problem. And then Brad's new girlfriend, she turns into a fiancé and she turns into a pregnant fiancé.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Everyone's really excited. Carmen is talking to her son about he's going to be a big brother, and they are picture perfect, modern co-parenting family, and all their friends and family they're in awe of them. They think that they are doing an incredible job.
So modern.
So modern. That is a story of how Brad and Carmen met and their relocation to Auckland. Life is just life. Brad's working as a structural engineer and Carmen is actually working as an escort.
No, she's not. Why would you do that?
I'm not really sure.
Oh,
No, I don't really know. But
the temptation, that money, honey.
Certainly brings in the pay. Now we know who Brad and Carmen are, and Carmen has been reported missing. We are going to go to July 13th, 2010, when that phone call was placed and Carmen has officially been reported missing to the police. Police investigation is launched, and Mark Bennyfield, he is leading the team, and he comes on in, and they are looking for any clues. They're looking at phone records, they're looking at bank records. They eventually do a press release on the 16th of July, so this is 3 days later, and they are expressing their concerns for her well-being. Obviously, there's been no contact for 2 weeks, and they would like to know if there's been any sightings or contact with Carmen. They do get a phone call of a sighting of Carmen's vehicle. This is located in Hamilton, which is about an hour and 20-minute drive from Auckland. They find the car, it's abandoned, they tow it to a secure location, and they begin to search the vehicle to see if there's anything inside that may link to Carmen's disappearance. They continue to search Carmen's house. Nothing looks untoward as they go into the property. They do a search around, but it comes to their realization that one of her wheelie bins is missing. Now, this is a large recycling bin. It seems a little odd because where she lives, there must be quite a few kind of flats in this complex. So there's a lot of recycling bins in a row, but there's just one that is missing, which is her one.
Oh, I don't like where this is going.
It is getting very, very concerning for the police. As I said, it's been 2 weeks since she's spoken to her son. They've got the car, they're looking through the house, there is a wheelie bin that's missing. They've discovered that she is an escort, so they go down the investigation train into her line of work because has something happened with maybe a client. They go into the gentleman's club where she works, they chat to a lot of the lovely ladies, and they don't really find a lot of information in terms of a client, but they do get some information around some text messages that Carmen was receiving the week prior that were quite threatening about money that was owed.
Ooh, from the pimps.
They explore a little further, but it turns out that Carmen actually just downloaded some movies for her son. It cost a bit more money than she thought, and she owed this woman, I imagine it would be like under $50, something stupid, and this woman's gone crazy on the freaking text messages.
Hang on, wait, she's downloaded some movies, on someone else's account or something?
Must have, yeah. And this woman's like sending her threatening text messages.
God,
like, woman,
calm
get a
down.
fucking grip, you know?
Yeah.
They quickly clear this person. They talk to the owner of the gentleman's club, and his last communication with Carmen was on the 3rd of July via text message saying that she was really unwell and she was going to Wellington for some treatment.
Just real quick, is prostitution legal in New Zealand?
It sure is, baby. Come on over.
Damn, girl. Why are you working Monday to Friday, baby? Get out on those streets.
Shit. Dan, can you drop me off, boy?
Manchester Street, here we come.
That's right.
I didn't know that it was legal. Okay, right. So she's working in a brothel.
It's been legal here for quite some time.
Wow.
It's a great profession.
Isn't it funny? Legal in New Zealand, but not in Vegas. So strange. The things you learn on this podcast, guys.
That's right. So, not a lot is happening. There hasn't been any real sightings since the end of June. However, she's messaged her boss saying she's going down to see a specialist in Wellington because she's not feeling very well. Keep in mind, she also had bowel cancer many years prior, so maybe something's happened. Maybe something's flared up. July 23rd, her mother from South Africa, she arrives in New Zealand.
Oh, Mum.
And she is desperate to find her baby girl, and she does a plea to the media and does a press release. I mean, so heartbreaking. You know?
It's just horrible.
So this is 10 days after she's been reported missing, but keep in mind it has been 2 weeks prior since her last known sighting. So we're going on, nearly a month with no information of where she might be. Police are looking at CCTV footage, and they find the last known footage of Carmen on the 27th of June at a Countdown, which is a supermarket, and she looks happy, bubbly, she's getting some money out of the cash machine, she's chatting to the people at the counter, she looks good. She looks like there's nothing wrong with her, no health issues. On August 6, Brad Callahan, he addresses the media. It's the first time he speaks publicly about his ex-partner. He speaks to the New Zealand Herald, which is a newspaper here in New Zealand, and he hopes that Carmen will be found safe and that the son and him miss her dearly. And also he had spoken in lengths to police and has done everything he possibly can to help the investigation to find her. Time has gone on and nothing is really happening, but on August 15th, Mark Bennyfield, the lead investigator, he makes a shock announcement that they suspect Carmen is dead.
Wow.
So forensic examination supports this theory. They have done a full examination of her car, and the amount of blood that they found inside the car was an unsurvivable injury. Obviously, they have taken blood samples and DNA has matched Carmen.
Oh my God.
That's right. They've also searched her house. And upon searching as they walked in, obviously nothing looked untoward, but as they made their way to the bathroom, there was blood splatter in the bathtub, as if someone was washing blood off clothes, watered down blood staining on the countertops, and on the fridge floor level, there was blood splatter marks.
Oh, no.
Yes, and as they were doing their investigation, obviously, you know, they do the luminol and they turn the blue lights on and they sprayed the whole kitchen floor and they expected this thing to light up like a goddamn rave, but to their surprise, nothing. Just some splatters on the low part of the fridge and also some blood staining on the lip of the door as you exit the door. So they were very, very surprised. However, there was enough blood inside the car for them to know that Carmen was no longer alive. Attention quickly moved to this missing wheelie bin, because they're thinking, is this wheelie bin been the bin that has transported Carmen from her property into her car, and God knows where else it's gone. So investigation is going on, and attention is on Brad.
A real garbage man with his own wheelie bin. Perhaps.
So the focus is on Brad, and look, Lolly, eventually Brad is moved from just a person that they're looking at to their main person of interest.
Wow, I did not see this coming.
Well, usually you do, but, you know, when you throw an escort in the mix, sometimes you've got to look other places, right?
That's right. And, you know, he was the one that moved back. Carmen came, happy
That's
families, co-parenting. He's found a new missus.
Everything seemed fine.
Wow.
Reporters are also on the bandwagon and they are following Brad to his work. They're following him home. They're snapping pictures of him talking to police. They are publishing this stuff everywhere because obviously they have their suspicions too.
Where was I? I must have been drunk. A lot of drinking in 2010.
Well, you know what? You did, because I left because I was pregnant with Winter and you're going through a goddamn, you know, hell of a time without me.
Oh, I just couldn't cope, loves. No, but seriously, I was just drowning my sorrows. I was definitely doing a lot of partying.
Police are talking to Brad, reporters are following him, and cracks are starting to form. But not everyone suspected Brad. Carmen's family were in full support of Brad.
So was I.
So much so that they were posting social media posts saying he is a lovely person, he is also a victim, and he is there protecting their son and loving their son. His friends are saying he is such a good bloke. He would do absolutely anything for his friends, and his friends would do absolutely anything for Brad. So much so, let's just take it back a little bit and see just how helpful Brad's friends really were.
Oh, no.
We're going to take it right back to the 28th of June, 2010. Brad arrives at Carmen's house to discuss their son's schooling. Carmen is feeling a little distressed. She doesn't want her son to be bullied. He's upset and wants to move schools. Brad strongly disagrees. And out of the blue, apparently, Carmen comes out and says, well, too bad, buddy, because our son's not actually yours and you're not the biological father, so you have no say. I mean, okay.
Oh, God. I mean, because you're going to fucking move all the way across to another country and follow some man that you're not in a relationship with and bring a son that doesn't belong to him. I'm sorry. This garbage man needs to sit down and shut the fuck up.
That's right. So in a fit of rage, Brad picks up his son's baseball bat.
No.
and proceeds to smash Carmen over the head and face multiple times, killing her. And at this very same time, he hears a knock on the door. It's Carmen's neighbour, and he's going, shh, shh.
Oh, my God.
It's okay, be quiet. Shh, shh.
Why?
And there was a few details I missed out from the beginning of the story, Lolly, because I didn't want to give too much away. So the neighbour is very, very concerned. Brad must have had a shower, washed some clothes. He then leaves the property and he's in a t-shirt and his boxer shorts, holding his jeans. And the neighbour comes out and says, is everything okay with Carmen? Brad says, look, she's totally fine. She's feeling really, really unwell. She just threw up a lot of blood on my jeans. But if you want to come in and check on her, she's just resting, but you can come and check if you want. And because he said come and check on her, she was under the impression that everything was okay. So she said, I don't want to disturb her. I'll just send her a message. It's fine. But I'm like, are you fucking for real?
Oh, my God. Oh,
like,
no.
Dude. And also, let's talk about this, right? If you were a neighbour, because I'd be like, yes, I want to go check on her.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? You're going to go inside? He's going to kill her too?
Exactly. You can't, but you just call the cops. But then, I don't know, what would you do? He probably would have killed her. Bradford,
no.
You were so royal sounding in the beginning.
That's right, you fuckface. Obviously, he then leaves the property and he sends his great friend a message saying, I need you to pick me up 3 black plastic bags, a bottle of kerosene, and keep it quiet.
No.
So I don't really know what's happened because he sent the messages. Maybe the friend couldn't get it because now they're on CCTV footage at a countdown, buying the items together. Not the kerosene, because you can't buy that there. Brad's there with his friend. Brad's got his arms crossed. He's looking very, very dodgy, very concerned, like something's not right. And then they have bought some cleaning products and gone on their merry way.
Do you know how many cases are solved with the frickin' CCTV footage of the cleaning product purchases? I'm telling you guys.
That's right.
A lot.
Like
we saw it in the Grace Mullane one, remember?
Fucking garbage man.
That's right. I'm sick of these garbage men.
Honestly, guys, we're going to do a garbage man t-shirt promo. I'm here for it.
We're going to have like garbage man and on the back stick them in the garbage can.
So they have bought the cleaning products and then gone back to Carmen's house to clean. And then, look, I don't know if he was with his friend or not. He has hidden her body in the recycling bin.
Dude.
And then put the bin in the car and gone on their merry way.
Oh, where was his son during all of this? With his fiancée?
Probably.
This is so full on.
So full on. So this is June 28th. June 30th, he has then gone and purchased a meat cleaver.
No. Don't do it, Bradford.
He has also bought a 120-litre plastic bin.
Guilty. Seriously. All on CCTV footage?
Yes, and in the meantime, he is sending messages to friends and work colleagues saying she's unwell and going to go see a specialist or she's going to go and do this. He has taken Carmen's body home and he has chopped her into 8 pieces.
To his house?
Yeah.
No. Where is anybody?
I don't know.
How is nobody seeing this? How big is Carmen? Is she big? Is she small?
She's 5'7" and she's petite. Like she's, slim, spilled.
Yeah, but she's long. She's long. 5'7's long. How can no one see? I don't understand.
I don't know. So he's chopped it into 8 pieces and then put her into plastic bags and into this 120-litre bin as well as paint buckets and then filled them all with concrete.
Oh, my God.
It is a lot. He has then gone and swapped the recycling bin with the neighbour's bin and proceeded to drive around at night to try and find somewhere to bury the remains. And he is driving around night after night after night and he just cannot find a good place to bury her. Or the courage. I don't know. He just can't figure it out. So he has this fantastic idea. He's going to call his friend, another friend who's got a boat, and ask to go out on the boat. And to his luck, the following day, which was a Saturday, his friend he was planning to take the boat out. Brad's like, great, let's meet at 7 in the morning. And his friend's like, no, fuck off, I'm having a sleep in. He reluctantly agreed to meet his friend at 10 a.m. at the boat ramp. And this friend we will call Witness 70 because he has also got name suppression.
Oh, no.
Brad goes and meets 70 at the boat ramp. And 70's thinking, mate, are you okay? He's like, I fucked up. And his friend's like, what do you mean you fucked up? He's like, I need some help. 70's like, look, mate, I can't help you if I don't know, because he's being a little coyish. He doesn't want to say too much. And 70's like, come on, man, I cannot help you if I don't know. And then he just blurts it out, I killed Carmen.
Oh!
70 thinks he's joking, like, good one, mate. Like, what's really wrong? Because, I mean, come on, who on earth would believe that your friend has just gone and killed someone, you know?
And then chopped them up into little pieces and had them in the car.
Not only did the shock announcement freak 70 out, he has gone and said, she's in the boot, mate. I need to put her into the boat and we need to go drive out and fucking dump her body. 70's like, go, what?
Fuck?
Fuck? So they are at this busy marina on a Saturday morning, and 70's like, dude, we can't fucking do anything here. So they drive to a construction site where nobody is, and 70 then walks up to the car. Brad opens the boot, pulls back the blankets, and boom, daddy, there it is. Paint buckets and the concrete and the bags, and 70 is like, holy fucking baby Mormon Jesus, what have I found?
Oh no! Oh no! Don't tell me.
But
don't
as
say
if this was not enough for 70 to run 1,000,000 miles an hour, he then goes and helps move the buckets onto the boat. Just remember, there's quite a few buckets, and then the large 120-litre bucket, which must weigh about 50 kilos, they have to lift together, put on the boat. They then drive back to the marina, and they launch the boat. And this whole time, 70 is thinking, I have got to get out of this shit. Like, I can't do this.
Oh, no.
This is out of control.
This is out of control.
So they take the boat out, and 70 is just making all of these excuses. No, the tide is wrong. What if they don't sink? Then Brad's like, let's drive to Waiheke, which is obviously, 45 minutes from Auckland. He's like, no, the small boat doesn't have enough fuel. And it gets to the point where 70 is like, I'm sorry, mate, I just can't do this. I'm out. Brad respects his wishes. They go back to the marina. They take the boat out the water. They then drive around, and they eventually find an old, workman's club.
A woman's workman's club. Didn't know they made those.
I think I got that wrong.
A woman's workman's club. Oh my God.
I got that wrong.
That's amazing. But why isn't there women's workman's clubs?
A worker women's club.
I mean, we all fucking go to work. This is rude.
Oh my God, should we start a worker women's club?
Guys, if you want to join the Worker Women's Club, this is for the ladies only. It is $12 a year. There's going to be poker machines. There's going to be stripper poles, but only because we like to do some pole dancing fitness. There's going to be cocktails on tap, and there's going to be disco balls.
No boys allowed.
Who's in?
Me. Woo, Worker Women's Club. So turns out they never went to a Worker Women's Club. They found an old bowling club that was no longer used. They then proceeded to take out the buckets and load them back into Brad's Subaru wagon.
Oh, and then 70's like, we'll just pretend this didn't happen.
70's like, peace out. And also, I heard that not long after that, 70 went round to Brad's house to go watch a rugby game, and they just sat there. And they didn't say anything about it.
70 was like, oh, he's going to come after me next. I better bro out with him for a minute.
I know, right? So 70 is on the way out. That is friend number 2. What better thing to do, Lolly, is to go and phone another friend. I mean, this guy has so many fucking lifelines.
I was going to say, what is this? Who wants to be a fucking millionaire? Come on, Brad.
So now we are going to introduce Witness 79, baby. Brad goes and meets Witness 79, and he's like, I fucked up. 79's like, what have you done? Have you knocked someone up? He's like, no, more like knocked someone off. I've killed Carmen.
I just have to say, I don't think, okay, A, I wouldn't ever do that. but I just couldn't imagine calling any of my friends. Like, do I need to get better friends? I could probably call you about it, but do you know what I mean? Like,
give me a call, girl.
Like, how close are these people?
I reckon you can call Crystal too.
Yeah, I reckon Crystal and you, that's it.
That's right. 79 is here to save the day. And he's like, bro, just bury her in the Waitakere Ranges. Eventually, they buried her. When I say they, I'm not sure if it was him with 79 or just him, but her remains were buried in the Waitakere Ranges in a shallow grave in those multiple buckets, and he just went home as if nothing had happened. And then he's driven her car to Hamilton and got witness 79 to then come pick him up. So he is fully aware.
79 can suck a big fat one. Like, you are a dog.
That's right. And also 79 must have helped him because that big 120-litre bucket was like over 50 kilos. There's no way that Brad is picking it up, because he's not a big guy, to pick it up and to take it into the bushes and go bury it. Wow. 79 had to be there.
Yeah.
He just went home as if nothing had happened and decided that it had to be him that made that missing person report, so it made him look less guilty. Investigation is going on, all eyes on Brad. He is the main person of interest. Police now know that there was an unsurvivable injury. There is mountains of blood in her car, suspicious blood at her home, and on September 21st, 2010, they arrest Brad for the murder of Carmen.
Wow.
They are going through their investigations, and one of the biggest piece of evidence, Lolly, was her cell phone. He continued to make these cell phone messages that coincidentally were always in the same location as his own cell phone.
Of course it was.
Yes. There's one scenario that he was driving down the motorway. His phone and her phone were connecting and pinging to each other the whole way down. So it was very, very clear that the phone was with Brad and he was the one that was sending the messages.
I guess we didn't really know as much as we know now about cell phones and pinging from towers.
Right. I mean, guys should just stop murdering people because you can't get away with jack shit.
I know. Just stop.
They are looking at the construction site where Brad is working. They are digging into an area where they feel that maybe Carmen's body has been buried, and unfortunately their suspicions weren't correct and her body wasn't found. But when they finished searching, a worker came up to police and said, "Hey, not really sure if this is anything of interest, but a few weeks ago we were in the caravan." So caravan is where they would have their food and smoko and all the rest of it, and there was this horrific smell. So bad that they ended up cleaning the whole caravan, and then they went outside and they noticed this rubbish bin beside the caravan that didn't normally belong there, and they opened the bin. It was so putrid, was filled with black rubbish bags, and they just didn't look through it. They just moved the rubbish bin away, and then the smell had gone, and then all of a sudden the bin was missing.
Oh my God, was that Carmen?
That's what they think, yes.
Oh my God.
They have looked at the construction site. They've got this information about the rubbish bin. They then focus on Brad's car. They cut into the cushions of Brad's car because there is a bit of a funky smell going on in the car. So before I get into the cushions, there are 2 marks on the window of the station wagon that looks like potentially was the wheels of a wheelie bin. So Subaru station wagon, seats down, rubbish bin has slid in, the lid has fallen open, the wheels are on the window, they cut into the foam of the seats, and the putrid, disgusting, vile smell that comes out because it is just covered in rotting blood.
Oh my God. And he's just driving around in this car.
And he's driving around with a fucking can of oust in his centre console. So every time he gets in the car, he sprays air freshener while he's driving his kid to school.
Oh, this guy's so fucked.
Literal garbage man.
Literal, with his own garbage bin.
That's right.
I hate him.
So time is going on. He is arrested. 1 week after being arrested, his poor fiancée has given birth to their son.
No.
And then the following week, on the 1st of October, the police hold a press conference announcing that they have finally found the remains of Carmen's body. 1 week prior to this announcement, Brad has instructed his lawyer where they can find her remains in the Waitakere Ranges. So who knows, maybe the birth of his son made this guy feel a little sorry for the fact that he killed his ex-partner and she's out there in the bushes. So they find Carmen, and a post-mortem reveals that she died from blunt force trauma to the face and the head. She was hit at least 8 times, and the blow that killed her was behind the back of the ear, and there was like an 8-centimetre laceration. It was, horrific.
What the hell happened?
He just snapped. This is incredibly sad, and the family finally get some peace knowing where Carmen is, and obviously you can never get peace, but they lay her body to rest on the 13th of October.
Oh, fucking hell, in pieces. It's just so wrong.
I know, it's horrific.
You know, because it's a person.
I know. It's one thing someone's been killed, but to dismember a body and she's been put into concrete buckets and then hidden out in the bushes, it's just... it's just horrific.
So wrong. It's so wrong.
So Brad is a piece of shit. However, he does decide to plead guilty because his guilty conscience gets the better of him. And on the 20th of February 2012, he is sentenced to life in prison with a non-parole period of fucking good one, New Zealand, 13 years.
No!
Plus 8 months for perverting the course of justice. I mean,
come
what
off
the
it,
fuck?
New Zealand. This is ridiculous. What, is he out already?
No, and witness 70, 79 and 72, or whatever they were called, all were granted immunity for giving their statements.
Oh my God, no.
The son was moved to a rural area with a name change, so he was fully protected, and...
Oh, this is just awful.
It is awful. So that's 2012. So we're probably eligible for release in any day now, because let's be honest, just a slap on the hand in New Zealand is fine.
So hang on, 2012, and he would have already done time served if he'd been arrested in
He's probably out. Is he out?
Could you imagine? You couldn't let him out. You couldn't let him out.
Oi, Brad, you big fuckface.
He's probably just down the road, mate. Okay, here we go. I'm reading an article. On the 11th of June, 2024... what the infamous killer told the parole board. The man who murdered and dismembered Auckland mum Carmen Thomas before burying her remains stood before the parole board for the first time. Bradford opened up about the volcano of emotions that led him to killing Carmen in her Remuera flat, that he meant no disrespect when he cut her body into 8 pieces days later, and how he did everything not to get caught in the weeks that followed. He also claimed he wished he'd been caught straight away and apologised to Carmen's family. I'm so terribly sorry. I can't do anything more than say I'm sorry. Dickhead.
Loser.
Callahan's lawyer, Emma Priest, told the board he was not seeking parole. She said while he had a robust safety plan, good support outside of prison, approved accommodation and employment lined up, he wanted to remain in prison for another 6 months to complete further rehabilitation and reintegration programs. All right, suck up.
Is there not alarm bells though? Like when you be like, I'm ready, I'm good. No,
He's
I
just
need more
saying
time.
that he's doing it so it looks good. Because if they deny him, they probably have to wait like a certain amount of time before they can do the appeal. He had also completed 20 one-on-one sessions with a private psychologist to address his offending. He is simply seeking some guidance from the board as to whether he's on the right track. He's obviously wanting to get a bit of an indication if he's going to be let out or not. Callahan said he was absolutely devastated for the Thomas family, for what I did, for the terrible actions. I know that nothing can bring their daughter back. I am so sorry from the bottom of my heart for what I have done. I want to punch him in the head.
I mean, dude.
Someone on the parole board asked, why do you think you killed this young woman? And he said, I killed Carmen because I reacted to something that she told me that I should never have reacted to. In a state of rage, I snapped like a volcano of emotions. He added that his relationship with Carmen was strained and he had suppressed a lot of issues. He was keeping his troubles to himself. I thought I could deal with everything myself and I couldn't. I was extremely stressed and emotional. I was very good at portraying that everything was okay 100% of the time, but I wasn't okay. Could you imagine if all of us who are just like dealing with stuff, because we all are, just picked up a baseball bat and just started going to town on our ex-partners? No, Brad, there's something wrong with you. Or perhaps it just goes to show you that we're all capable. I'm sorry. No, there's this thing.
No.
There is this thing that we all have. We are actually all capable of doing something like this.
Look, this takes me back to the beginning of the story from our recommendation from Billy.
I completely forgot. Been swept up in this bloody whirlwind of a story.
So
all right.
he messaged me saying, I have got a recommendation for you.
And he was witness 79.
He wasn't. Buey, Mark, hey Mark, he knew Carmen. And Carmen was going to be coming to Christchurch to see a friend. And at the same time, they were going to catch up. It was really strange because he didn't hear from her when she was supposed to be here. And a few weeks had gone by. And then all of a sudden, she's plastered all over the media and they're concerned about her whereabouts.
Wow.
So for him, he's thinking, what the hell? And obviously you can't do anything because you don't know where she is or what's happening. So yeah, it was a pretty awful feeling for him, and that's why he recommended the story because there's a connection there. So
Close to home. Holy shit. Wow.
So this leads me to the famous old question, Lolly, can you handle this garbage man crime and scandal?
No, honestly, I mean, we can't handle majority of these cases, but like this has to be one of the most brutal. Don't you reckon?
Oh, there's a few, but this is pretty bad.
It's just like, how can you do that to somebody? And you know what's just really sad? She was a mum. She was doing a really massive thing coming to New Zealand. And
For him.
It's terrible, terrible, terrible. I absolutely hate it. I despise this garbage man. Rainey, can you handle the crime and scandal?
Absolutely not. And, you know, I've said this before, but it's like no one has the right to take someone's life away just because you're shitty. I can't handle, and I hope that they don't give him parole and he stays in prison.
Hey, Rainey, well done. I mean, that was a terrible, terrible story. But you did tell it well, and I know you've been under a lot of pressure with your big job, and I'm just really proud of you. So thank you. And we're going to keep these podcasts coming, even if it drives Shane to have a mental breakdown. We will still deliver the goods.
No, we're good. We've got week 1 underway. So guys, please share a like. You know, we need to get this Patreon up so I can quit my job. I'm joking. I actually really like my job. It's actually really, really good. So
Okay.
hey, Marcus, if you're listening, I'm into it.
All right, guys, thanks again for listening. We appreciate you. We love you. And just maybe keep the wheelie bins around the back fence, all right?
That's right.
And honestly, guys, if any of your friends are asking you to help move body parts, don't do it. Or do it and then call the cops.
That's right. But like I was forced to do it. Love you, Lily.
Love you. Bye.